there's a lot of memories. There's a lot of memories. Like I would be classed as first person within the new family to be in the kind of keeper generation. But it's extremely proud when you see what the two older boys are achieving. I still believe that the youngest one will be better at the lot. But no, I think you see a bit of yourself within the boys. You see the drive, you see the push. You know, I'm not old yet, but I laugh when I see them out at Oils doing what I would have done to an extent, like, which is good. It's good. Like, do you know what I remember? I'm shooting his first stag. I remember him shooting that. Face of Ghana. I remember him shooting his first pheasant. Belogi, aye. I was going to say the phone line was never questioned, but it was definitely shot.
Oh, massively proud. Keeping has been our whole life, our whole generations through, so to see the boys follow in their footsteps, great. My brother unfortunately doesn't have any boys, got 2 girls, so to keep the name going is tremendous, and passing down the knowledge that I got from my father, from me to them, is great. Hopefully they'll do the same, I'm sure. So yeah, it means absolutely everything, and all that to keep that knowledge in there and keep it getting passed on what's required, and to look after the land, and to think that over the generations, what everybody sees now, or the new word conservation is called, to know that our families had such a huge part to play in that, and a lot of the stuff that people see today, though they maybe don't realise it, has been brought down for generations of families looking after the countryside, to keep it in where it is. So no, massively proud for me.
Some folk would say there's uncertainty within the industry, but I genuinely believe that there's an industry there, changing industry. But I wouldn't encourage the boys to go into the industry if I didn't think there would have been something there. Like, so I do think there's hope. Jack, equally with Jack was more keen in the shooting. Aye. And you see Jack now, he's a good wee shot, like, and that's very. It's, you know, you're proud of seeing that. Like, it's maybe not as proud when he beats me, but there's a good memories with that.
Probably when they were both, well, Craig was very young, and we went lamping one night and drove along the road, onto the main road just along a bit, and here's a pair of foxes right beside the road. So Kevin was holding the light, Craig was in a high chair in the middle, or a car chair in the middle I should say, and so I get out, shot the first one. Craig started howling and crying with the noise of the shot. So Kevin ditched the spotlight and attended to his wee brother, and consoling him from the scare of the noise, and I could see the other folks in the eyes and the side of the light. So I'm saying, Craig, it's okay, in the back end, it's okay. And Kev said, no, I can't put the light on, because Craig's crying, so Kev was being very attentive to his brother. And I could still see the fox sitting beside the first one, and I said, hold the light on the other one. I put the light on it, the fox was still sitting there. Hold the light on that, Kev. No, I can't. So anyway, got Kev persuaded, held the light on it. Just got back out to have a go at the second one. He started crying again, Kev dropped the light again. So this went on for a wee while until eventually the fox had enough and it ran off, and but we got one, and yeah. So it was very memorable, yeah. And a wee bit like I liked seeing them shoot. My father was massive on encouraging people and teaching people to shoot, and loved it, and I loved trying to help people shoot as well. So to see the progression in both boys and their shooting, and their mother, who did nothing to do with guns, hated guns when she was young. Elaine now shoots very well also. So to see them all shooting the standard they're at is great for me.
I mean, it's good that you are always trying to beat your dad, but you'll never beat him.
It shows the passion for the job when people, for the kids to come out and help at that age. Lots of other industries, fathers can't take their sons out, or sons or daughters out to work. So that they come along and learn that from that age, and are willing to get roused for what have you for doing these things and learn from it and can pass it on. It is massive, and how it's all going down. And I mean, the lads from a young age could be relied on, as all keeping children can be, to do multiple tasks. And the great thing it learns them in life is all They've got to be on time, well presented, be able to speak to people. It gives them life skill. I'd never thought about it until a very successful businessman said to me, he said, what happens with grouse beaters coming here on a day where you youngsters come along, whether your own family or other families from the area, he says they learn life skills that they'll never forget, that they've got to be independent, as they say, to get there, turn up smart, to speak to people. And I've given interviews over a long, given references now over a long, for every job you can ever imagine. People phone up and say, well, this one used to come beating with you in 1993, can you remember? And, oh heavens, yeah. And it can be for one guy looking to get a reference to go into a shoe shop in Dundee for his job and what have you, so it just shows you how it goes on. And another huge memory for me is one of the lads' friends that they went to school with came beaten for the first time, and he'd had to work for his money. At the end of the day, he'd been grouse beaten for a day. And at the end of that day, he was absolutely knackered. His jacket was hanging down, his piece bag hanging off his back. He was hanging on to this brown envelope. He'd worked for his money and he'd earned it, and he was so chuffed. And that is a massive memory for me.
You know, I see staff that I take on who've never had the opportunity of what my boys was lucky to have. The knowledge that you what actually loses once one of your sons leave. You know, and you're then on your own. It's a weird thing, like it.
Yeah.
And you've got new starts coming in and that kind of thing, and 18, 19-year-old, and you think, how do you not get this? How do you not know it? So I would be very confident with where my boys would be.
So like Ali was saying, the youth standards, and Dad would be the same as the standards they expected would have been higher than trainees that he was probably training himself. You know, when we were like 14, 15, we were getting trusted to do the work that the 20, 30-year-olds that work on the same estate were doing. You know, we were looking after a pheasant pen full of pheasants and going out picking up stags, running grouse lines, doing whatever needed done. You were just expected to go and get
you were the one that got the ball looking.
Well, you've got to represent your name, you do.
Yeah.
You can't go around like doing stuff half-hearted. Not that you would anyway, but you wouldn't let that slip. I wouldn't anyway.
No, so
I'm
you
sure
want
Jack
your
would be the
family
same.
name to be carried on, the reputation that your father or grandfather or whoever's got. So yeah, I suppose there is a pressure, but we're all capable of doing it. We've all been.
And as part of us is like, well, we need to prove our name. We can't just live in Dad's shadow all the time. So no, we always wanted to. Growing up, was I'm going to go to college, go find a place of my own. Yeah.
You always learn new things going away. All we knew was the way it was done at home, and until you go away and see someone else's, you then can merge the two together or pick up on the new. And then you find yourself going back and feeding ideas back that you've learnt elsewhere to.
Well, then shut that down.
That's ridiculous. I think we have a positive future. We know the work we do benefits that come from it compared to like rewilding or like planting all the farmland and trees. We know the results that we get from our management. Yeah, it's changed a lot on previous generations, but we know, don't we, between us what we do, and there's more and more science backing us up now.
Yeah.
Our job has changed from what our parents and grandparents do. You know, we're gathering a lot more data, we're doing more of the research ourselves to prove what's going on. So yeah, there's always going to be changes, but there's always going to be a future of some sort. The thing with the older generations before, like our grandfather, father, they all said their generation would be the last to see it. Our generation will be, and it's come down, yet here we are 20, 30, 40 years later, we're still going, aren't we?
The portrait of a happy man.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Just an amazing experience, to be quite honest. Very lucky.
You've got it in one, Peter, that word, lucky.
Yeah, you're very lucky.
We're very fortunate.
Yeah, to
Privileged to be in the position that we're in. So we are lucky.
Very privileged. If you said it in one word, it would be privileged.
Privilege.
Yeah.
Jamie, what do you want to be when you're older? Gamekeeper.
Just like your dad, or like your big brother Scott?